today is I'm sorry. Oh my god. I I I don't know how I'm going to prepare you all, but today is going to be crazy. Today is going to be crazy. Whew. Let me stretch. I'm gonna set this down for a second. How's everyone doing this morning? Oh. Oh my goodness gracious, y'all. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't even know where to even start with this. Good morning, beautiful people. I know, people are not here yet, so I'm usually just talking to myself for like a good, couple minutes. But if you're someone who clicked on this video and you're like, okay, well, when is he gonna start really getting into it? This is a live stream, so I'm waiting for people to jump in before everything starts up. So, whew. I just find this to be so absurd and hilarious. Do I have on comments? Because I don't see anything in here saying that, because I don't see anyone commenting. So anyway, if you're in here, good morning. Hope you all are thriving, not just surviving. It's a little hot in my car. Let me turn on the AC really quickly. Oh, my goodness gracious. Is there no one in here? What's going on with the live stream? I don't see anyone commenting anything. Live chat is on. Okay. Maybe I'm just not showing up. Good morning. Okay, Akicha. Finally, we got someone in here. Hello. Oh my goodness gracious. Today is going to be a hoot, okay? I fully expect today to be probably one of the most craziest live streams that I've done. What's up? Hello, Cheeseburger Q. I fully expect today to be one of the not the most craziest live stream. Why? Because our president has fully asserted that the former president is a robotic clone. This is the news. This is politics in America. You are having a current president accusing the former president of being a robotic clone and not the actual Joe Biden. I kid you not. So this happened. I don't know how I totally missed this yesterday. But it was back on like Saturday. Donald Trump reposted something from an anonymous user on his Truth Social platform. And I knew Joe Biden was secretly made by Elon Musk. Oh my God. So Donald Trump reposted this post from an anonymous user on his Truth Social. I believe it was on Saturday evening. It didn't get as much traction until like yesterday, and I just have to talk about it. Okay. Trump shares unfounded conspiracy theory claiming that Biden was executed in 2020 and then thereby replaced with a robotic clone. No, you are not mishearing me. This is an actual thing. So, and what makes this even better is people's responses. So President Donald Trump on Saturday night reposted a baseless claim on Truth Social that former President Joe Biden was executed in 2020 and replaced with robots or clones. The original post, made by an anonymous Truth Social user, often spreads outlandish claims suggested that Biden was replaced with a clone doubles or robotic engineered soulless mindless entities. This is the post that Donald Trump did repost. So this was the thing. Donald Trump put it up there. He basically reposts this anonymous user, and this was the post. There is no hashtag Joe Biden executed in 2020. Hashtag Biden clones doubles in robotic engineered soulless mindless entities are what you see. And Democrats don't know the difference. Okay, but what I find so wild about this is like how many hashtags that this person used. Hashtag steal, hashtag US steal, hashtag MAGA, hashtag MAHA, hashtag Democrats, hashtag liberal, hashtag GOP, hashtag news, hashtag truth, hashtag blacks, hashtag Hispanics, hashtag Latinos, hashtag Latino, hashtag Hispanics, veterans. It's just like everything. I'm like, what? Anyway, and of course, like, the right wing is just going absolutely wild over this conspiracy theory. And like, let me just get to it. Let me just get to it. There are these people that are like, these are not the same people. This is a real comment from someone who's 100% completely serious. They said, these are not the same people. That's the same person, dude. Go get your eyes checked. Go get your eyes checked. Like, I don't know what else to say. Get your eyes checked. It's the same guy. He's aged a little bit, sure. He's aged a good bit. It's the same person. It's the same person. But there were more of them. I'm like, okay, there's that one guy. But then there were these people that were like, look, it's not the same person. Friendly reminder, if you think this is the same man, schedule an appointment with your ophthalmologist today. It's the same guy, just aged like 30 years. Dude. I just can't. I just can't with these people. I'm looking at this and I'm like I'll show you later on when I'm going through and reading these people's replies on Truth Social. I actually took a screenshot of my face. It's not a very flattering photo. It's not a very flattering photo, but I was like, let me just take a screenshot of my face and show you. Like, and then this person says, oh, this is these aren't either fake Nancy, real Nancy on the right. It's the same Nancy Pelosi. Like, just how else am I supposed to like respond to this? And then this person says, a person has to be blind and stupid not to notice the difference. It's the same. It reminds me of that scene from The Office. Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. And then Pam's like, they're the same picture. So let's put the shoe on the other foot. Let's put the shoe on the other foot. They're like, look, this is the fake Biden, or this is the real Biden, and then like there's the fake Biden. All right, let's put the shoe on the other foot for just a second. How could you say this is the same guy? How could you say this is the same guy? I'm just using the same logic these Trumpers are. If they're right, how can you say this is the same guy? Like, there were there's this person literally said, hold on, where'd it go? These are not the same people. Okay. So if I were to say these are not the same people, you'd look at me like I'm crazy. They're the same people. They're the same people. So and I'm like, and then again, friendly reminder, if you think this is the same Man, schedule an appointment today with your optometrist. I'm just using their words and using a picture of Trump. I just see a taco. That's hilarious. Dude, this is the same guy. Same with Joe Biden. It's the same person. And you'd be like, oh, he looks different. Yeah, he's aged. Silly. I don't know how people can look at this. Look, you should feel super embarrassed if you're anyone that believes. Like, here's the thing. If you fall into a conspiracy theory, you need evidence. You can't just go based off of desire. You cannot just go based off of the shock value. I'll be honest for a second. I almost fell into a conspiracy theory once. You know what that was? It was an Egyptology thing. I'm a huge nerd. It was this like Egyptology specific niche conspiracy theory. At the core of every single conspiracy theory is this enlightened feeling that you have, possessing knowledge, possessing this like secret information that is not known to the world. You feel super, super special. You feel super, super like, you feel like a responsibility. You feel this calling to be a truth teller. Conspiracy theories give you this emotional, super, super animated high that makes you feel like you are invincible, that you are revealing the deep, deep, deep truths about stuff. A lot of conspiracy theories are truly just emotionally charged, and you feel like you are a part of something. I will tell you, if you're going to make a claim, you need evidence. It can't just be desire. If you're going to make a claim about something, you need to have physical, tangible evidence about something. If there are documents, if there are investigations, if there are some sort of substantive stuff to show that Joe Biden is a robotic clone, then bring that forward. You can't just be like, you can't just say, look at these pictures. They're not the same person. They're this person. They're the same person. Aged, they're the same person. If I were to say that about Trump, you'd say I'm crazy. So why is it like, oh, they're not the same person? You tell me I'm crazy. Cult logic. These are not the same people. Look, this is what the right has resorted to. The dog finally caught up with the truck. So now they have to find some other crazy nonsense distraction away from the, the economy, which keeps getting worse and worse under tariffs, under inflation. The cost of living continued to go up and up. Us not having any trade deals, 90 deals in 90 days, not happening. Like, imagine if I were to post this and say a person has to be blind and stupid to not spot the difference. It's obviously a different Trump. You would say that I'm crazy. And look, you would be right. Both pictures of a felon. True. You would say that I'm crazy if I said this and posted that. So why is it that all of a sudden when you do it with Biden, you're like, oh, spot on, bravo. Oh, you're a truth teller. Oh, you're the most wise and enlightened person. You know what all of this reminded me of? You know that TV show on Netflix called Inside Job? These whoever made up this crazy conspiracy theory literally fell asleep watching Inside Job and then was like, "Oh my god, it's reality." Because in this series, they have a robot president. They have a robot president in the series. So whoever made up this crazy conspiracy theory, and there's the head, was like, "Oh my god." They fell asleep watching this and they're like, "Oh my god, it's real life. It's real life." If you're laughing and shaking your head as much as I am right now, then make sure to like the stream. I really do work super hard and trying to stay informed, stop the rage bait. Dude, I'm literally just reporting on a conspiracy theory that these people are talking about. This is literally what American politics has dissolved into. This is what it's become. Dude, I am just throwing it out there. That's what this has become. Now, if you want to say that's good or bad or have your opinions on it, that's fine. But I'm going to report what I want, and if you don't like it, then leave. Bye. It's just, it's so crazy here. It's so crazy. I don't know what else. There are these people that are like, when anybody sees those pictures, how could anybody believe they're the same person? Yeah, how could anybody believe that this is the same person? It's the same person, dude. It's the same person. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. It's the same guy. It's the same guy. If I were to, like, when I was reading through these comments, this was literally my face. This is literally my face when I was reading through these comments. I'm like, what? When like, just imagine if anyone on the left, those radical left lunatics, were to say that, how could you say this is the same guy? If I were to be like, look at the earlobes, look at the skull, look at the hair, look at the skin, look at the nose, it's all so different. It's all so different. You would say that I'm crazy. You would say that I'm crazy. Or this. Be like, oh my gosh, how could you say this is the same person? How could you say this is the same person? Okay, so I see one person that says, oh, he doesn't actually believe it. That's a pretty convenient cop-out. So you're saying that Donald Trump says things he doesn't actually believe? So how do you know when he's being serious and how do you know when he's joking? Tell me if you're so enlightened. This is the thing. This is what our president is spending his time doing. Also, conspiracy theories like this are dangerous. People fall into them. Your cop-out for whenever you're cornered with the idiosyncrasies and craziness of what you claim, you're like, it's a joke, it's a joke. No. If Trump were to come out and say it's definitely not a joke, which, why, like, he is posting on his Truth Social's official page. Like, he truly believes this. You're like, oh, okay, all right, here. So you're saying that, oh, he thinks this is the joke, right? All right. So... did you think it was a joke when Kilmer Abrego Garcia had the MS-13 digitally inserted on his hand? Like, Donald Trump truly believes that this was real and not AI, that this was not photoshopped. Tell me. He's like, oh my gosh. It's real. It says MS-13 on there. It says it on there, even though it literally is not on there. He's like, on his knuckles, it said MS-13. It said it on there. Let me tell you. Wait a minute, Terry. It's on there. Don't do that. It says MS-13. So was that a joke? Dude. The fact that our president is literally reposting things like that. And it's so funny because here's the thing. You're like, oh, he's joking. Then why does MAGA believe it? Why does MAGA believe it? Why do you have people literally going on and being like, when you see those pictures, how can anybody believe they're not the same person? So this person must also be included in and totally in on the joke. This person that has 3 likes on their weird comment, 1776 Patriot, must be included in on the joke. All these people, everyone on Donald Trump's Truth Social, everyone in the country, if it's not an actual, if he's joking, everyone must be included in on the joke. I guarantee that you have MAGA people truly believing this. So don't even be like, oh, he's joking. You know that you're full of crap when you say stuff like that. You're just trying to worm around the motivated reasoning. You're trying to finagle your way around the critical thinking that I am giving to you. Like, you don't have to agree with my opinions, you don't have to agree with my analysis, you don't have to agree with my takes. But let me just show you the facts here. Donald Trump reposts someone who says that Biden is a body double clone. That's the facts there. He literally reposts this person who then says that there is no Joe Biden. There's only the clone. And then you have all these MAGA people reposting being like, friendly reminder, if you think this is the same person, schedule an appointment with your ophthalmologist today. It's the same person. I don't know what else to say. It's the same person. He's aged, but it's the same person. Like, let me also let me just show you some of people's responses. Let me show you some of people's responses here in regards to, like, calling this crazy. They're like, this is weird. Donald Trump is not an internet troll. He's the president of the United States. Why is he posting nonsense? If this was the case. Like, if this is the case. Or, let me go even further. I wonder what makes them think Trump doesn't believe Biden was cloned. Like FFS, he said that schools are giving out sex change operations. Windmills cause cancer. Babies are being murdered in delivery rooms. And he thinks that MS-13 photoshops are real tattoos. So fair, so valid. They've gone from Biden is failing to Biden is a robot clone because even with Trump back in office, they need a new boogeyman. That is so spot on. Also, if you're enjoying the live stream, please make sure to like the stream. And also send some likes. It really does help out the stream. It really does help out the stream. I work super, super hard to bring you this content. And like, when you've won and still have to invent sci-fi villains, it's not leadership. It's pure desperation in a tinfoil hat. Yeah, no, 100%. And like, there were a couple other people that commented some things that really made me think. If Biden was a robotic clone, the real scandal is who programmed him to sniff hair and whisper into microphones. Maybe the last 4 years were just Obama and a Biden bot trying to relive the glory days. Or, more likely, Trump's just tossing out red meat to his base and they are eating it up like it's a MAGA buffet. Clones? Really? Next, they'll say that Kamala was is AI trained on Hillary's emails. Yeah, they're gonna start being like, Kamala is a clone. Kamala's a clone. It's a clone. And then this person's like, what the actual fuck are we doing here? We're not a serious country. This person posts, who has better clones, Russia or America? And it's a whole bunch of pictures of Putin. Like, what if anyone were to claim that Putin is a clone? And what you're like, oh, this picture looks so different from this picture. This picture looks so different from that one. Oh my gosh, he's a clone. He's a clone. This is the thing. I wonder if Donald Trump is actually testing how much he can get away with and how much people will just believe his crap, so that he can kind of measure how fast and how much he wants to be a dictator. Like, it's just, gosh. This is their story to deflect on what's really going on. Tariffs, wars, the economy. That is very, very true. Like, the state of our economy right now, it's only getting worse. Like, prices are not coming down. Tariffs are threatening to then make things even worse. You're not having a huge historic boom or investment in the United States. You're not, because it takes years to build a supply chain. I know whenever I do live streams about tariffs, they aren't as popular because people are like, oh my God, I'm so tired of talking about tariffs. But they are also such a backfiring tool. Like, if you're going to do a tariff, it has to be effective. You can't just be like, I'm gonna do a tariff on you, and then pause it, and then like do nothing. It's not how that works. If you're gonna do a tariff, it has to be narrowly targeted for a specific industry, and you also have to have positive incentives. You can't just have this negative incentive. Also, tariffs are very much a zero, they can be like a, it's all game theory. So it's like, oh, I put a tariff on you, they put a tariff on us. It doesn't really go anywhere. Doesn't go anywhere. This person says, I think at this point we take the robotic clone so long as the software doesn't resemble or allow the current outputs. Honestly, I would rather take a robot clone as president than Donald Trump. Well, yeah, honestly, kind of, yeah. What do y'all think? I would rather take a robot clone than Donald Trump. But see, the thing is, like, I also don't trust robots or AI or anything like that. So, I don't know. I'm kind of ambivalent. I mean, Donald Trump is awful in my opinion. But we could have something even worse with like an out-of-control robot clone that then does all that stuff. That all being said, it's an interesting conundrum. So, the reason I bring all of this up, like this person said, isn't it bad enough that we are clearly going senile, that Biden was literally going senile and they were covering it up? I don't get why they feel the need to make up wild conspiracy theories. That's an interesting perspective too. What I just find so absurd about this is how truly people on the right fully believe this crap. They fully believe this crap. Think for yourself, dude. Use your own eyes. This is the same person. You're also comparing a picture of a guy smiling and a guy without a smile. You see this? You see this? My face looks different. It's a different expression. If I go like, and I go, it looks like a different person. You could say that same thing. So what kind, you can't just look at these and be like, it's a different person. Like, that's not how that works. That's not how that works. You could look at pictures of so many different people with so many different facial expressions and at different ages, and they might not look like the same person. Have you ever ran into someone after several years and didn't recognize them? They're still the same person. They're not a clone. They're not a robot. So don't come at me with like they're a different person. They're clearly not a different person. So just put it in context here. Also, use your brain and stop believing Donald Trump's crap. Like to the MAGA people that are trying to get my attention because they have a crush on me, thank you. He could piss on your leg and tell you that it's raining and then tell you to drink it, and you would. Stand up for yourself and don't treat politicians like they're God. I don't treat Biden or Kamala Harris or Bernie like they are indefense words. I don't treat them like they are infallible, like they are immune from criticism. I've criticized and complimented most every single politician. You give credit where credit is due, and criticism where criticism is warranted. Don't treat politicians like they are immune from criticism. I've given Donald Trump credit for when he does something good. When he said he was going to try and reduce drug prices bigly, we still have yet to see where that's going to go. I give him credit on that. But seriously, think for yourself. When you look at this, and if you fall for this kind of crap, what does that say about what else you fall for in your life? By the way, Pride Month is here. It's not gone. Woo! Pride Month, let's go. Do you all, as a small little side, you know why we have Pride Month? You know why that's a thing? Is because throughout history, a lot of LGBTQ people were disempowered, unalived, killed, and marginalized. Same way that we have Women's History Month. It's just to recognize the differences. Now, after so long of a time, would we still need it? Maybe not. Point is, though, we're still coming out of the deep, deep homophobia and transphobic bigotry. We wouldn't need a Pride Month if right-wingers and the far right or whatever, like, we wouldn't need a Pride Month if homophobic people didn't exist. Let me just say it like that. You wouldn't need, it wouldn't be a big deal. You wouldn't need stuff like that in order to celebrate the differences in your individuality. You wouldn't need to celebrate Women's History Month if women weren't oppressed to begin with. You wouldn't need to celebrate Black History Month if there was no racism to begin with. The reason why we have these things is because we're still doing the unlearning that we need. Just pointing it out there. Just throwing it out there. So happy Pride Month, everyone. Be proud of who you are and your sexuality. Celebrate your individuality. Celebrate what you like. Also, Pride Month doesn't mean that straight people, you can't feel rooted in your sexuality. That's fine. Celebrate who you are and love yourself. Pride Month isn't for gay people to feel like they're better than anyone else. It's just for us to feel equal. If you're straight, always have been straight like that, great, I'm happy for you. I'll wingman for you. Truly, I will. Pride Month doesn't mean that we don't love all people of different sexual orientations or gender identities. Be you. Celebrate yourself. Like what you like. Cool. So, just wanted to share this whole thing here. So for those people who might have, I'm gonna have to go here in just a second, or just a minute. But as a quick little recap from today's live, Donald Trump reposted something on his Truth Social from someone who claims that Biden is a body double or robot or clone or something like that, and that he was unalived back in 2020 or whatever. This is the post that Donald Trump put up. He reposted this anonymous person that said that there is no Joe Biden. He was executed in 2020. Biden clones and doubles and robotic engineered soulless, mindless entities are what you see, and Democrats don't know the difference. Y'all send some likes if you're enjoying the content. Let's finish strong. And like, I looked at some of these comments and I'm like, what in the world? These people are like, oh my gosh, it's not the same Biden. Oh no, like, what? They're like, their evidence is literally just a video of Biden. They're like, it's not the same person. How can you claim this is the same person? It's literally just a video of Joe Biden speaking to a camera on an issue. And they're like, it's not the same person. It's not the same person. Oh, happy Pride. Oh, hello. C-Bar, hello. It's just like, okay. It's not the same person. Like, this, they're literally reposting videos and it was like, what? It makes me think that these people watched the series Inside Job and they're like, this must be reality. They're hiding it in plain sight. If you're going to make a claim, you need evidence. I know that sounds woke, but if you're going to make a claim, you need evidence. If you're going to accuse something or say something's real, you need some evidence, you need some science, some data, some statistics, some facts, something to point out that you are right. You can't just go based on desire. You can't just go like, look, he looks like two different people. You're like, he looks like two different people. This is the same person. Go get your eyes checked. It's the same guy. He's aged a bit. Again, if I were to do different facial expressions at different ages, you might think that I look a little bit different. If you do like, I look like different people. Especially if I like change my eyes or my eyebrows. Like, Again, as I said earlier, have you ever run into someone after, I don't know, 5 to 7 years and you didn't recognize them? You didn't recognize them because maybe they got a little bit older, maybe they had some sort of surgery. My point is, and like, you don't remember them looking like that. You might not recognize them. It's the same person. Again, if I were to say this about Trump, you'd say that I'm crazy. How could you say this is MAGA's logic? How could you say this is the same guy? How can you say this is the same guy? I didn't change anything other than literally the pictures of Trump. Pictures instead of Biden, it's Trump. You'll look at it and you're like, what? If I were to truly believe that these were two different people, you would say that I'm crazy. If I were to say that Donald Trump is a clone, or that Donald Trump is a robot, or a body double, or whatever, you'd be like, what? And I say that my evidence is literally, just look at the picture. Look at the picture. You'd be like, you're off your rocker. Again, if I were to be like, friendly reminder, if you think this is the same person, schedule an appointment with your eye doctor. I'm just using the exact same, literally, I'm using the exact same wording from some of these far right-wing comments. These people. They're like, go and see a doctor. Go and see a doctor if you think if you think this is real. It's like, so the reason I point all of this out, is this is how far the right has to go. They are so desperate to deflect from anything substantively. Tariffs are ruining our economy, in my analysis and opinion. We had that big, beautiful bill that literally gives tax cuts to the wealthiest of the wealthy of the wealthiest of wealthy people. Like, you have Trump's big, beautiful bill gives tax cuts to the wealthiest people. The George Soroses, the Elon Musks, the Jeff Bezoses. Why are we giving tax cuts to the wealthy and then going through and cutting Medicaid to the lowest income people? And Donald Trump throws out crap like this to distract MAGA from the fact that if you are a MAGA and you're on food stamps, prepare to have that reduced. Prepare to have Medicaid reduced. You're like, oh, he's getting off all the illegal aliens. Illegal, undocumented people are not on Medicaid. They aren't. The only small amount of emergency assistance they get is guaranteed to everyone in the country because of EMTALA and because of WIC. If you want to look into those two programs, go ahead. This crap is just a distraction from the real stuff. Literally, the far right will just throw red meat to their base and they're like, look over there! While they literally cut taxes for the wealthy, cut Medicaid, cut SNAP benefits, make things worse. And the far right fall for it every single time. Take up your own agency, think critically for yourself, and don't follow that crap. Have some respect for yourself. You don't have to be a useless vessel just for MAGA. It's so funny, they call other people sheep when they have like 73 hats, 47 yard signs, 53 flags. They got the Trump Bible, they got the Trump chalice, they got like the Trump car, they got all that crap. Like, dude. The only things I literally have for Bernie Sanders, which is my favorite, is I have like a sign and a sticker. Because guess what? I want to show I like Bernie Sanders, but I'm not going to like make that my entire personality. Just saying. Anyway, I need to get to work. I love all of you so much. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are awesome. I appreciate every single one of you. Shout out to all of my amazing mods in here. Y'all do some great work. I'm going to be posting, I already posted some new videos, some new content. Definitely go and check that out. I've been working hard the last few days on some content. I got to get to work because your boy is working class. So I appreciate every single one of you. I love all of you, even if you don't like me, Dwight. Even if you don't like me. I love all of you so much. Y'all are awesome. Take the sugar out of your voice. I don't think there's any sugar in my mouth, although there is some in my coffee, so why not? A sugar, yes, please. Anyway, I love all of you so much. Shout out to my amazing moderators in here. I love you, Kate, Ellie, Aikicha, Elisa, Joanna Tech. I couldn't do any of it without you all. Jenny, Cherie, y'all are incredible. And have a wonderful, fantastic day. I love all of you so much. Just remember that you are beautiful, you are loved, you are valid, you are strong, and you are fierce. Don't let anyone or anything ever, 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 ever dim your shine. I love all of you so much. Bye!